trust, all of this. Now, what do you have when you have a destruction of those relationships?
Chaos.
The polar opposite. You have the polar opposite of that. You have people who are suspicious, who are fearful, who are distrustful, are not willing to work with other people, that have fragmented senses of themselves and other people, and thus you have this kind of fractioning that continues to happen. So a question that comes up with, weren't we doing better at some point? That's always a question. And the truth is we were. During segregation, we started doing better because we started having to deal with things on our own and building some sense of that community back. Then it got fragmented by, hey guys, come on over here, we'll treat you like everybody else. So now we want your money, we want your community, we want your land, we want all of that in exchange for equality. Well, that wasn't true. Clearly wasn't true. So what happens then? So now what we're left with is this response. We're left with this fragmentation. The key is through the relationships. Recently on Black in America, there's a gentleman shown. This gentleman has a 100% success rate of getting young black students in college. 100%. I'm so happy he was there. The natural question I would ask is, hey, I got it. Let's replicate that. How about we replicate it? Because this is not rocket science here. But what does he have? And the reason why it's not so easily replicable is because it's him. Okay? Hence, he has a relationship with those children. He picked them up. He put them in his car. He put his heart, his soul, his life. Can you replicate him? Well, he's not the only one. But I would venture to say, and I would submit to you, every program, whether it's rehabilitative, whether you're dealing with youth, after-school programs, any of them, that the common element is relationship. Because you see, that's what's fractured. If I believe you trust me, you believe in me, you love me, young, old, in between, it is going to foster a sense that is going to have me not only believe but achieve. And that's something, an element, not rocket science. Look at any program. And you'll find that, well, when it comes down to it, they cared about me. They worked with me. They were there for me. They had my back. Those are all statements which suggest a relationship, which was firmly said at one point, that became fractions now. So how do we get it back? How do we begin to create those things? You can't create a person, but that heart, that spirit is all over this country. It's black. It's not always black. You'll find it, like how do you replicate Mother Teresa? Okay? She was who she was. Martin Luther King, Malcolm. You see, there were those who have always would arise who felt that. But there are also many people who feel it. And that's the key, is to heal the relationship where it is. Where it is. And those young people believe in him. I would venture to say that sometimes programs here that are rehabilitative, prison, whatever it is, that when that person is removed, you throw money at it. Let's get 4 more buses. Then you get further away from what? The relationship. And you begin to see a different result. Because of the nature of the injury, it is the relationship that is most critical.
Okay, time for a last break.